Do you want to count this time?
No, I want you to.
All right. On 4.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Nobody ever says 4.
Whatever.
We did it.
We did it. Sorry. Okay, so you sent me a laundry list of things that you want to talk about today. So go.
All right. Well, I wanted to start with, did you run out of toilet paper yet?
No, but when I went to go clear this house out, I found 8 rolls of toilet paper.
That's lucky.
And 10 things of hand sanitizer.
Dang.
Yeah. And my wife said, maybe you can put some hand sanitizer in your car now. That's all she said to me.
What about on the truck?
No, we have a wall
perfect.
mounted. We've had that for a while, because that's how you're supposed to run.
Right.
I don't know if we got into that last week.
I don't think so.
No, all these restaurants have put out, Corona 19.
Yeah.
Which I found out why it's called that, but COVID-19.
Because it came out last year?
Yeah, it's Corona, and then VI is the virus, and D is the disease, and it's in the year 2019.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Year of our Lord,
but
2019.
But they, all these restaurants were like, we're going to wear gloves while we make your food. And I'm like, you're supposed to be doing that. We're going to change our hand sanitizer out every 2 hours. I'm like, you're supposed to be doing that. We're going to have our servers wash their hands every 30 minutes. I'm like, just every 30 minutes?
Big news.
Like, how about every time they touch a dirty plate?
Yeah.
I'm like, so people in the restaurant business are nasty.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I worked at Chick-fil-A. Did you know I worked at Chick-fil-A for 2 years?
Actually, I did. I remember discussing that.
It's a very different food business, service industry.
Not really. They got a good model.
Yeah, it's true.
Which one did you work at?
I was a model. I wasn't. I worked at Clinton Highway over here, which I have come to find out from other people who work at other Chick-fil-A's in Knoxville that that's kind of the one that was frowned upon for a long time. We were kind of the B-sides of Chick-fil-A. We didn't follow all the rules.
So were you a good employee or a bad employee?
I was a great employee
So
at
you're
the
a
time.
great employee at the worst Chick-fil-A.
Oh, man. Nobody ever put that into perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you were the worst employee at the worst Chick-fil-A.
That's true. Yeah. No, I was a good employee, but we were allowed to listen to 94.3 and 98.7 back in the back.
Oh, so it wasn't all Jesus.
It was mostly not Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing I get that drives me nuts about people with Chick-fil-A. They're like, boycott Chick-fil-A because they don't support homosexuals. And I'm like, have you been to a Chick-fil-A? like, I'm pretty sure they got some employed. I just need you to know that.
Yeah.
Like nobody has ever, they've never not supported somebody.
Very true. I worked with a Wiccan at Chick-fil-A. That's how I learned what Wiccan means and more
They're
about
interesting.
witchcraft. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a cool guy. He was just exploring.
Yeah. So you have a laundry list of things to talk about. Now we have a laundry list because it's been a crazy week.
That's true.
Crazy week.
So, well, let's just start with what we ended with last time, which is The Office.
I tried this week.
Tell me what you tried.
I tried episode 1, season 2.
Okay.
And then I finally realized where Ashley gets the phrase second drink from.
Right.
Which I still don't find funny. I just wanted them, like, when the dude, like the main guy.
Yeah. Michael Scott.
Yeah, that guy. Like when the random people started throwing things at him, I wanted everybody to like buck up and like throw it out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't.
No.
And then, yeah.
See, I never really worked in an office like that either, but I think the reason I love it is because of nostalgia. Like I watched it when I was 16, 17, 18 years old.
See, I never watched it.
Yeah.
You know, like I watched Friends, most overrated television show of all time.
Sure. We already talked about Ross, right? Ross sucks.
Yeah. But it also took me 11 years to watch Friends.
Oh, you weren't like watching it as it was coming out?
I watched it when it came out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why it took 11 years.
Man, that math makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I never watched the final episode until 6 months ago.
Oh, whoa.
Because if I didn't watch the last episode, it never ended.
That was your actual logic behind it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did you feel good about the ending?
They had to end it.
They had to end somehow. I feel that way about most endings to most TV shows.
Yeah. I did find out that the first season they canceled The Office. Like they cut it because that's why there's only 6 episodes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then they brought it back, and then it got better, apparently.
It definitely did get
according
better.
to Ashley.
It had its ups and downs. There's some real dips where it's like, I just want to skip these 3 episodes in a row.
I think it's just because I don't understand. Or I have already a negative outlook on it.
You went into it with a mindset. But you had mentioned you never worked in that sort of like cubicle kind of office thing.
3.5 hours I worked in a cubicle.
Ooh. 3.5 hours. I was in I worked at the front at Chick-fil-A. If this tells you anything about me as a teenager.
Location for you.
It wasn't great at the time. I think I could do it now, and I would probably have a lot of fun doing it, but only because I'd be trolling people, not legitimately, caring about the customer service experience. Maybe.
Yeah, Ashley said
know.
she worked drinks. That was her favorite location to work.
Yeah,
because it was repetitive.
Yes.
You didn't get to talk to anybody, or didn't have to.
Oh, okay.
Unless they spoke to you.
Yeah.
And she said, even then, I just acted like I didn't hear them.
Right.
And she wasn't cooking, so she didn't smell like chicken.
Ooh, I cooked all the time. That's what I liked about the back, is because I am more extroverted. Like, I want to be talking to people the whole time, but I wanted to be talking to those people because those were the people that worked in the back and listened to the non-Jesus radio.
94.3
Yeah.
The X.
X.
I'm actually friends with, I can't remember what her name is, like her radio name. Her name is Melanie. She's red hair. Mm-hmm. Trixie Tricks.
I was gonna say, like, there's a Melanie who does the classical show for NPR, and this is a different person.
Might be. I don't know.
She doesn't go by Trixie Tricks. She has a really sweet voice, and it's on NPR.
No, that's not her.
We're gonna listen to Beethoven's Fifth now.
NPR.
I was not making fun of her, by the way.
So The Office. I'm trying. It's like one of those school projects that
You're
hate.
still actively trying?
Yes.
Wow.
I made it through one episode.
Wow. I respect that. Maybe you'll find something you like.
Now, it has been a busy week. So
That's true.
the whole country shut down.
Very true.
We are 6 feet apart.
We should probably not be doing this by most people's standards.
Ashley asked if you've been practicing social distancing, and I don't know if I lied to her or not. I said, but I'm pretty sure he stays at his house all the time.
I mean, I'm mostly here. The big difference for me this week is that I love to go to a Starbucks or a K-Brew or a coffee shop and work for like 4 to 5 hours at a time.
And nobody's letting you in, right?
Well, I haven't even tried.
I think K-Brew's shut down. Starbucks is drive-through only.
Right.
Where we're at, Hay Bear they closed their dining room and their playground, like their back area.
That's probably smart.
We are doing a lot of shifting. I mean, it's amazing how fast you can move something and make it work.
Yeah.
So I announced today on the Face Space that with all these kids being home for like 3 weeks, I'm going to start doing a live cooking show every day for kids.
That's cool.
But I'm going to throw my Venmo up like TikTok and have them send donations.
Absolutely.
Just be like, hey. And I actually thought like that would be a good thing for you to do.
Well, what I'm going to do, firstly, like it's spring break right now anyway. So
also, I love how we're plugging both our businesses right now.
I think that's what we should have been doing all along. And actually post it beyond just throwing it up on YouTube, but we'll see. Yeah. But I'm going to go to all Skype lessons.
Dude, that's
probably. Great. If anyone does want to come by and they're not sick and I'm not sick, I'm totally cool with that. But I actually tested it out with a buddy of mine who teaches bass out in LA. He gave me a bass lesson over Skype. And part of it was just for me to like figure out how it works.
Is that why the bass is out?
That's why the bass is out. I was over there. I was in my nook. The drums are completely mic'd up. for lessons.
Where's the other drum set at?
I'm renting it.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you need a drum rental from CHW Studios, I'll send you the contract. But yeah, I think things are going well. I got 2 gigs canceled in April, which sucks. It's like $500 I'm gonna lose, but
At least you're not gonna die.
Nope, not
Or
gonna die.
anybody you know.
We have like 50 pounds of jasmine rice here, so.
So the Chinese supermarket is holding rice for me.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's not actually true. We have about 12 pounds of various kinds of rice because I bought like 4 pounds from Trader Joe's, 4 from Target, and then 4 from Kroger, and they're all different.
You're one of those people that grocery shops at Target, aren't you?
For some things are cheaper. I'm one of those people who tracks like what things are cheaper than Kroger or Trader Joe's. So,
yeah, not me.
No,
I go in, I get it, I get out.
Yeah.
They do have great gluten-free pasta, though.
Who?
Target.
Really?
Yeah, it tastes like regular pasta.
I need to try that because I don't believe you because gluten-free is gross.
It's legit good.
Sorry to all the people who have, what is it?
Celiac or celiac?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just tell them I can't fry anything.
Right.
I'm sorry. I can't fry that.
Yeah, so I think we're prepared. We have some toilet paper.
Yeah.
I'm just not that worried about it.
You shouldn't be. First of all, that's the wrong end. It's not that kind of flu, guys. But I mean, on the drive over here, I was like, man, if my dad was still alive, this would be something that would kill him.
Yeah.
And, you look at social media and they're talking about the people that have passed away, like the kid like the 21-year-old kid in Spain that passed away from it.
I didn't hear about this.
So he passed away and somebody said, oh, well, it was because he had leukemia. No, he had leukemia and they had his leukemia controlled. The virus killed him because his immune deficiency, like his immune system was down.
Whoa.
That's why.
Yeah.
So actually, the virus did kill him, but it was because he had leukemia. So, you have to add all those things in, and then we got into a lovely telephone conversation. Because he called me.
Oh, okay.
Because I had said something. Because I can't not say something. It was...
I like that about you.
Well, thank you. But I told him, I was like, people are dying of this because of other reasons.
Right.
I said, it's just like any cancer patient. Most cancer patients don't die from the cancer itself. They die from something else.
Weakened immune system, right?
My father was different because he actually did die from the cancer. Like because the tumor got so big.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
What kind of cancer did he have?
He had lung cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, he smoked for like 51 years.
Oof.
As a doctor.
Man, that's a long time.
Yeah, from the time he was like 16.
Wow.
Because it was the thing to do.
Yeah.
And he tried to quit a lot, and he just didn't. He just couldn't. Like, he'd take breaks from, like, lung transplants to go smoke cigarettes.
Right.
It's messed up.
Dang.
Why did you mention all the Aladdin characters in the text you sent me?
Because that's just how my brain works with, like, word association. What was it?
I like how you're flipping into notes.
Yeah,
by
I
the way.
It's just my email. I emailed it to myself.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I've got some weird systems for productivity, but entrepreneurs, right?
You, man.
It's because I put Jasmine in there, and that immediately made me think of
I thought that's what it
all
was.
the other Aladdin characters.
But I was I'm not going to lie. A little bit of me was like, oh, we're going to talk about Aladdin.
We could. Iago is who I forgot. And even if I had remembered the name of Iago, I wouldn't know how to spell it.
Iago's the bird, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Played by, what was the guy's name?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like he actually talks like that all the time. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember? He was on a podcast recently being interviewed, and he's like, gosh, he's old now, like super old.
Yeah, we're going to remember it later.
I'm going to check my camera real quick, too. You just keep talking. You're good at talking. Right?
I am very good at
Was
talking.
that you who's good at talking?
I try to. See, I didn't even bring anything because I was like, we're just going to talk about the crazy week.
That's what I was thinking too.
Because, I mean, we're getting calls left and right on what to do. And I'm...
Do you mean as the food truck?
Not only the food truck, but we have a consulting, part of our business as well. So
I didn't know that.
We're getting calls from restaurants and like, hey, what do we do here? And I'm like, you know what my PayPal is?
Yeah.
And then my wife and I got into a massive argument about capitalism.
Oh, fun.
So
Care to share?
it's about the hand sanitizer guy.
Oh, the guy who
went drove 1,500 miles, bought all the hand sanitizer.
This gives me the feeling that we're going to get into an argument.
No, this is what I asked her.
Okay.
I said,
okay.
He did all the work. Did he gouge the price? Yes. He was wrong for charging that much.
Bad.
Let's start off with that. But what's the right price?
For hand sanitizer?
No, what's the right price that he went and bought it and he's reselling it?
Oh.
What's the right price?
Well, I would argue, don't you have to have like some sort of licensing to do that sort of thing?
You can buy whatever. You can buy whatever retail arbitrage, Gary V. You can go and buy it and put it on eBay.
That's his thing right now. With
flipping.
Shoes especially.
But let's look at more sports cards than shoes.
Okay. Educate me.
I can't. I don't know anything about them. I'm like, a piece of paper. What's the right price? What if he would have just sold it? And I mean this very seriously.
Yeah.
What if he would have sold for $3 or $5? Like, what's the price between capitalism and making money and being smart and seeing an opportunity and being a destructive piece of garbage in society?
Sure.
Where's the line?
I would argue that there is a number, and I don't know what it is.
She argued that you shouldn't do it.
Just shouldn't do it.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it because people need it. And I was like, and I asked her, I said, what would you have done if I went around and drove and got it?
What did she say?
She said, till death do us part. That's all she said. And at that point, I knew to stop talking about it. Stop at all.
Smart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would say if it was me doing it, I would want to give it to some people at cost or a little above, and it would be a very long conversation about it that they would not want to have. But I'm a talker, and I would want to explain every one of my intentions to make sure that people see me as good.
Yeah.
And then I would want to give some of it away.
See, I think the right price would have been around $3 to $5, maybe $4.
Sure.
Okay.
For
and
something that you bought for what, like $1?
I think
or
they bought
$2?
them for about $1 average.
Yeah.
So they're making money, but they're not causing so many waves that.
Yeah.
I mean, he was charging $70 a bottle. Like,
he's an idiot.
Like, that's dumb.
Yeah.
So, which led to another conversation about capitalism, which is in capitalistic societies and communities, everybody has to make money in order for it to work.
Well, Mitt Romney's going to give us $1,000 per adult, so
dude, I can't wait.
we're fine.
because I'll end up anyways.
Andrew Yang's so mad.
I don't like how many fake sneakers are people going to buy. Anyways,
Point.
I mean, are you really going to use it for what you're supposed to or not? I love that they're not making me pay taxes. Like, I don't have to pay taxes right now.
Oh,
yeah. If you owe taxes, they're putting something in that you don't have to pay taxes until later. And
I don't like the later part.
And if you are going to get taxes, they're cutting checks immediately.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So that's really cool. So, but I mean, last year was the first year since I was 20 years old that I didn't pay taxes, like on the 15th.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Last year I got back, but last year I also went to full-time being a 1099 person and running my own business. So it's going to be a little sketchy.
It's cash. It didn't happen. No, but I mean, like,
I track it all, by the way.
I do too. But I mean, like, we're talking about, social distancing and not not running a business, which both of us own our own businesses, like I'm straight up like, hey, I'm gonna do like bulk order deliveries.
Yeah,
I'll cook out of the house.
sure.
What are you gonna do? Come after me? Like, really?
Nobody's gonna do that right now because you might get coronas.
Had a guy. He had a case of Coronas. He had a case of Corona beer in his cart at Sam's, and I just looked and I kind of chuckled, and he was like, "Yeah, me too. Normally I drink Bud Light, but I couldn't pass the opportunity." I was like, "You bought a case of Coronas just to make a joke,
Right?
And we could be friends, old man." Like, no, he had Corona and like sausages in his cart, and that was it.
Corona and sausages. He went out for a very specific purpose. At Sam's, too?
Yeah.
So this is like 1 million sausages.
Yeah. He had like 5 packs.
Cases of Corona.
They were, so I'm glad I know the manager there, because they're like holding meat for me now, like in the back. Because like we're out. Like I went in there the other day and it's like a ghost town. I'm like, not by the amount of people. I mean, meat was like.
Oh, you mean product-wise?
Yeah. Did I tell you about the Spam?
You mentioned Spam last week, but...
So I bought all the Spam at Sam's.
And now you're reselling it for $70.
Because everybody bought...
Nobody's going to buy it.
Everybody bought all the rice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make a video on how to open a can of Spam. You don't actually use a can opener.
Right.
Well, what else is on that list?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I liked that you sent things early.
Is that helpful?
Not really, because I start talking to myself. I'm best on first take.
You mentioned illegal catering.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
If it gets like bad, right? Yeah. Right now you're doing legal, not catering, but like
well, it's because if
order.
they shut down restaurants and you can't actually perform as a restaurant or a catering functioning.
Would that shut down Lanai?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say the name? I need to get a t-shirt, by the way. The big old
because I wear one every day.
Or I'm just going to hold this up for like the duration.
Oh, yeah.
Or just have it clipped or something.
Well, I mean, you could also, just get...
Gosh, you're so prepared.
Just get a hat and everything.
I can't order them right now. Nobody's going to ship,
I'd go to Riot Printing. They're making shirts.
Oh, that's cool.
For the service industry people.
Well, am I servicing? Yeah. Technically. Yeah. Can I get one shirt? It's like $50.
Probably. Oh, one of these shirts?
No, thank you.
No, one of your own shirts.
Yeah.
You can get by a laminator press. I'm
screen print. I'll screen print CHW onto something.
I'm trying to figure out how to just make you wear my stuff.
Exactly. We can switch. I'll make one for me and one for you.
All right. Okay.
One for the dogs for their Instagram. They have more followers than my studio's Instagram. I have 3 Instagrams. There's mine for personal, which is just stupid. One for CHW, which has like 100, and then one for the Milker Pups, which has over 100. It's the way of the world right now.
How many of these have we done? 4?
This is 4. This is the 4th.
We've only had coffee 50% of the time. However, if it was baseball, we'd make $500 million.
Should we talk about baseball? Do you watch baseball?
Not on television.
I don't watch it at all.
It's boring on television.
Yeah.
Unless it's like the World Series, and then you got to listen for the drums where the Astros hit the drums.
They hit the drums?
Yeah, they were stealing signs. So like if they were throwing curveballs, they were banging drums in the outfield, and the batter heard it, and they're knocking home runs out of the park left and right. They won a World Series doing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good on them. Did they get in trouble for that?
They got busted. The manager got fired. The GM got fired. The team got fined like $500 million or something.
See, I'm fine with all that stuff happening because that's not like the rules, but I also like the innovative nature of that. And I think they should get something for innovating.
Yeah, they got World Series rings. And bonuses.
They got to keep those?
Yeah.
Okay.
But also people lost jobs and things like that. Like there's a flip side to it.
I don't like that, but all right. Anyway, illegal catering. Do you have more to say about it?
No, I don't.
Okay,
Not
great.
really.
Well, what do you think is going to happen with like restaurants in general, like, do you think it'll get so bad that some of them will have to just like shut down or
They're
anything?
already shutting down.
Like shutting down, like we're not going to be able to reopen.
Absolutely. Well, like I think that they're shutting down in the
Just
temporary
for the duration.
But most people, I hate to say this, but most businesses run their lives like they run their homes, and they live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. Gosh, that's not smart.
So not a lot of people have business savings and don't have a way to continue, or they haven't figured out a way to cut their overhead.
Yeah.
Or honestly, I'm not trying to be harsh. They're being too nice.
Oh, yeah.
And I like, there's a niceness to it, and then there's a too nice.
Yeah.
Like, when the government starts kicking in money, stop paying them. Like, they're paying their staffs and all that. Now, most of them have insurances and things like that, but there are some companies that they will go bankrupt and they will be no more.
Yeah. Just done.
And it sucks.
Wow.
It sucks because they worked their whole lives for this.
Yeah.
But it's been a great economy for 10 years. And let's see who's going to be successful. I mean, like, that's really what it is. And I want everybody to be successful. I don't want anybody to fail.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But let's be real about it. Like, if you weren't meant to own your own business, you about to find out.
Yeah. Well, it might have been you who told me this, but there was some business in Knoxville who was supposed to get like a new, man, I'm awful at details, but like a fryer or something, or they weren't up to code on a grease trap. 20 years? What, 20 years went by or something?
Had 25 years.
So
no, wait, it was 28 years because it was something ridiculous.
God,
it was like
almost as long.
$16 a month or something that they had to save for it. I think in real math, like $16.80 something. I can't remember what it was. But a month.
Yeah.
Put $20 back a month.
Yeah.
And you have it.
Mm-hmm. In probably less than 28 years. That's wild to me because that's how I budget. I know we're going to spend a lot more money at Christmas. So every month throughout the year, we just put this much away.
Does it come on the same day every year? Christmas comes on the same day every year?
I don't know, but we put money away monthly and then we have money for gifts, you know.
Yeah, we have a Christmas account.
We have money for grease traps. You have a Chick-fil-A account, which I'm...
Chick-fil-A line, budget line.
Budget line, that's what it is.
Which is gone right now.
You have a Christmas account, like a separate account just for Christmas?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We also have a Mad Money account.
Mad Money?
Yeah. So we put money in that for like that's where I put all my tips from the truck.
Oh, okay.
Right. But after, it's like, all right, we want to go to Disney World.
Yeah.
How much is in the Mad Money account? Oh, let's go.
What is mad?
Crazy. Just
spend it. Okay. Mad, like we're nuts.
No direct goal, no specific place. Mm-hmm. So, which could come in handy if, you're not making money.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
I mean, I could probably take, we have, and not to brag, that's not what it's about. But I mean, like we have 18 months worth of bills in the bank.
Yeah.
Not really, but we do.
Right. Yeah. Like if you had to buckle down, we have like a year's worth right now.
Yeah. But it's also like I know how to cook for our family for $5 a day. Mm-hmm. And there's 9 people.
That's what you should be posting because that would be so helpful. And people would probably Venmo you
them to pay me to do it.
Right. Yeah.
I'm such a.
You could. Well, I don't think that's a bad thing, by the way. But you could say like, I don't know. This would, as I'm thinking it, this might be terrible. But like, hey, when I get to $10, we'll go this far with the recipe. All right, we're here. When we get to $20, but if everybody just gave like $1, then they get a good recipe. And then
what's funny is I'm going to check the Facebook at the end of this. But I mean, I posted it this morning that I was going to do cooking classes for kids, and I think there were like 22 likes by the time from I posted it in your driveway to I came to your door.
Wow.
Yeah, and like comments and all kinds of stuff. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
I spent Monday and Tuesday figuring out the whole Skype thing with lessons and like trying to figure out some other ways that I could pull in some income. So today is the day that I start posting about it, and then we'll see how everything goes. Because it's not just like my current students. I have about 30, which is a bulk of my income, and then like the podcasting stuff is probably going to slow down a little bit because nobody wants to leave their house. Other than our podcast / video.
We're like, whatever, let's go.
Yeah. Which neither of us make money from yet, but I want to, I think I could grow business through this time just by saying like, hey, you've got nothing to do for 3 weeks, Knox County,
Right.
Take some lessons. Just take one.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, there are going to be people that are very successful and thrive through this. Like if they don't shut restaurants down, except for to-goes, that's where we're pretty much at, right? Mm-hmm. They haven't done it yet, but they're going to.
Yeah.
Like it seems like the state of Tennessee is about 3 days behind Kentucky right now.
What's Kentucky doing? Are they like
they shut down all food service operations? Yeah. They shut down everything face to face unless it's mandatory.
Gotcha.
Right. So,
what would be mandatory?
Grocery stores, hospitals, food service, as in like the trucks that get them back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not apocalyptic or anything like that, but if we are, like I always go worst case scenario.
Yeah,
I'm the worst person because I'm like, all right, somebody's gonna come to our house and like hold a gun to my head and be like, butcher this cow. Because I know how to do it.
Yeah.
Like cut me some meat.
Oof.
Yeah.
I don't think I could.
Oh, it's easy.
I mean, I think if gun to my head, I think I could figure it out.
No, I'm saying because
the
I
actual
have the
act.
skills.
I know. Yeah.
Right.
But I'm saying if I did have the skills, I would probably be more comfortable with it. But just thinking about doing it, I don't think I can. I called my mom the other day and I was like, hey, I'm at Lowe's because I was looking for just a couple, like, not apocalyptic things. I was looking for an extension cord.
You were looking for plywood to lock the doors.
I was looking for a tan extension cord just because I was out. And I called her and I was like, hey, do y'all need anything? Like, I know you're hunkering down and everything. She's like, no, we're good. Like, she's like, I can kill a chicken if I need to. I was like, ooh. I did not receive that trait or mindset.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking for skinless chicken, you just cut their skin and rip it off of them instead of feathering them.
That's probably a lot easier than feathering, I'm sure.
It absolutely
or defeathering. Gosh, that's horrible.
Yeah. What else is on your list, man?
It's a fun conversation. Do you watch Parks and Rec?
No.
Okay.
I don't watch television.
Here's an Ann quote for anyone who does. It's a fun conversation.
What is that?
Huh?
A fun conversation?
It's just a quote from the show. She's talking to Ron Swanson. You know Ron Swanson?
I've seen video clips of and memes of him. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And okay. He tells her to shut her mouth. And she says, this is a fun conversation. So I say that a lot and nobody knows that it's a quote from something. What about your grievances?
My grievances? I have a lot of them.
What's your biggest grievance right now?
Biggest grievance right now.
Is it social media related? Can I guess?
Nah.
Jasmine Rice is on the up and up.
I have social media grievances every day.
Sure.
It's that no one can make a right decision. And I don't mean that by no one can make a right decision. Mm-hmm. They're doing what they think is best, but yet they're, no matter what they do, they're wrong. Okay. So I don't get political, right? But the president, no matter what he decides right now, is wrong.
Isn't that political? Because he's the president.
So pastors,
church people
pastors,
too.
No matter what they decide, they're wrong.
Oh, they're gonna
they're wrong.
Dragged through the mud.
If they open church, if they keep church open, they're wrong. Mm-hmm. And if they close church, they're wrong. There is no right answer. There's none.
Better get right with God.
Right. But I mean, like even with the University of Tennessee, the chancellor shutting down and going to online classes.
Oh yeah,
he's wrong. But if he would have stayed open,
I think that
wrong.
That would have been so much worse.
Right? Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it might be. But I mean, Like, I honestly think they're not gonna have public school the rest of the year.
The rest of the year?
I think they're done.
Oh man.
Because they can't make it. So national emergencies, they can't make up days. So they're not going to go into the summer. They're going to go back to school in April and be done by the middle of May. You're missing like 4 weeks of school right now.
But are you saying you think they would just cancel?
Yeah, I think they're just going to be like, here's your grades. You're good.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What if it's a bad grade? What if I was pulling up my Algebra 2 grade again?
I think they'll just give you an A. The blessing in all of this is no TCAPs.
Oh, true.
I despise TCAPs. That might be my biggest grievance of all time.
What, TCAP testing?
Yeah,
like the nature of it?
So
stupid.
So here's what it is. We're going to evaluate our teacher based on the grades of a standardized test of fourth graders.
That half of them are like freaked out by.
Yeah, like
because
you have to do
such a huge deal.
It's a big deal, and then I love out every year 15% of your grade is going to be based on your TCAPs, and then they never get the scores back.
Do they not?
No.
Whoa, that's a great point. I don't remember ever seeing my TCAP scores. I keep thinking ACT, like, oh, I got my ACT
We
scores.
got them in September for the year before.
Which at that point, like, who cares?
By that point, you're already in the next school year.
Yeah. Like, it made no difference.
Right. But I think it's a real disservice to teachers to be like, hey, whether you keep your job or not is based on a fourth grader taking a test.
Yeah.
Well, what if they had a bad day? Like, this is my thing. What if they had a bad day?
What if they're sick?
What if they're sick? What if their parents didn't feed them breakfast? What if they have a horrible home? What if they just don't learn that way?
Yeah.
What if there's too many what ifs to be like, okay, standardized test. Because I don't like standardized tests. Other grievances are the hoarding that's going on.
Yeah.
However, I do have something that was really awesome this morning that I saw.
Do you consider my 10 pounds of rice hoarding?
No.
That's kind of normal.
I consider the old lady that lives by herself with her husband, and I don't mean old as in like older where she can't go out. I mean like the 40-year-old like me who has no reason to have 150 pounds of rice in their house. None.
Yeah, Janice, Karen, whatever your name is.
I've never met a Karen that I didn't like.
You did mention that last time.
Okay.
Did they have the haircut though?
Who?
The Karen? Like the Karens that you've met, did they have the Karen haircut?
No.
That's what does it.
The reverse mullet. It's a party up front and business in the back.
My biggest, I don't know if you call it a regret, but like I'm balding, like, cul-de-sac, it's receding, everything. And my biggest regret there is that I can't grow a mullet anymore. Otherwise,
They're
I'm
coming back.
I know. That's not why I want to grow one. I want to grow one ironically, but I like hats.
So on the way to here, Food City started this thing where they changed their hours.
Oh, yeah.
But they're making the first like hour and a half to, I don't know, but they're giving opportunity for the elderly to come in and go shop.
Oh, that's cool.
Without anybody being in their way. The parking
just
lot,
1 hour. I feel like it's just a bunch of people walking around slow, like zombies or something.
Probably. Maybe it was 2. I can't remember. But it was packed. Both food cities were packed.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is awesome. And like the one in Hardin Valley that I drove by, like there were people like they're helping people to their car and things. And I know we're supposed to practice social distancing, and I get that and everything. But still, like, helping out an old lady's nice.
Yeah.
Like, let's help her out. And
more likely to get corona, but it is the kind of thing to do.
The COVID. I'm not calling it corona anymore. It's COVID-19.
That sounds like a movie. It sounds like some zombie movie. I was walking the dogs around the neighborhood, and this older lady, like I felt really, really terrible about this, but she was walking her dog, and she was probably 70s at least. And she was like, oh, are they friendly? And I was like, yeah, they just turned a year old. They're Australian Shepherds. They love everybody. And she was like, well, could they meet my dog? Because we just got him. And I was like, with everything going on, like, I never mean it when I say, is it okay if we keep our distance. But she was like, oh, yeah. Like she wasn't even thinking about Corona, which was beautiful in a sense. Like she's not even considering it. But I felt so bad because I was like, all I want to do when I walk my dogs is talk to people about dogs.
Well, I'm so unafraid of death that none of it bothers me.
Yeah.
Like if I die from it, I die. It's my time to go.
Sure. What if it wasn't? We can't get into that.
By the way, your dogs are friendly because they seem to bark at me.
They bark at you because you're a stranger to them still. Like they haven't spent enough time with you to where they see you bark 3 times and they're like, oh, that's Paul.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was they sense that I don't have pets.
They might sense that and they can overcome that in you.
I do like dogs. I will pet them. Like
it's a propitiation thing. They can overcome that on your behalf, even though you would not overcome that yourself.
I like you. I do not own you.
Right.
But I like you.
Yeah.
I feel like when I do this, that the microphone blocks my face.
Well, you know how a microphone works, huh? Your wife does sing into a microphone pretty regularly.
Very well.
Yeah.
It sucks. They're so good. They're so good. I'm the worst singer in the house. I do have a funny story when I look at all the instruments in here.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that there are 8 xylophones at my mother's house?
Could I purchase one day? Is she selling any? Because I would love to have one.
Well, she's deaf, so I don't think she's using them a lot.
Why does she have 8?
Because people keep giving us toys for our kids that make the most nasty noise ever. So
give them
I send them all to my mom's house.
Dude, that's the funniest thing I've heard in 2020.
My mom's like, why do we have all these? And my stepfather, who's deaf as well, and he's like, because we can't hear them. Like, he knows he's stone deaf, like can't hear a thing.
They're both deaf?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
They have 2 TVs,
Solidarity.
one on top of each other. Like, and I'm not talking like a little, I'm talking like
for
70-inch plasma TVs on the wall.
My
one on top of each other. Both on different channels, both full blast volume, both caption on all the time. It's the greatest thing ever.
Is it full blast volume because they can hear like the tiniest
No, it's
bit?
because there's only 2 volumes in a deaf household. Dead silent, full blast. There's no in between.
Okay.
I've given you way too much at this moment, haven't I?
I'll develop some questions for next week. Or maybe we can do bonus episodes since Corona.
So my mom also used to call me on my birthday at 4:13 in the morning, because that's when I was born, every year, and sing happy birthday into the telephone to me.
At 4:30?
As a deaf lady, would sing into a voice telephone happy birthday to me every morning. As
a
deaf lady.
Serious? As a serious thing?
I'm dead serious.
Like she was serious about doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She also she believes that stereotypes are real.
Yeah.
So she never drank coffee her entire life.
Okay.
And at 65, when she turned 65, she was like, I'm supposed to drink coffee now. Because that's what old people do.
Yeah.
She went and bought a Keurig, like coffee and all this stuff. And she's like, I don't like it, but this is what I'm supposed to do. And now she drinks it. Like now she likes it.
What's her Enneagram number? I'm just kidding.
I don't know. But she's also also in all this stuff. She's like, hey, I have a little cough, but I'm okay.
Oh, gosh.
I want to come over and see the baby. And I'm like, no, stay at home.
Yeah. Video. There's video for that.
Oh, yeah. I've got tons of deaf stories. I don't know if I've ever told you that. Like talking to people about my mom being deaf.
Yeah, tell me.
When I'm like, oh, they ask, they're like, why do you know sign language? And I'm like, oh, my mom. I'm like, oh, my mom's deaf. And their response, 9 times out of 10, I swear, is, oh, that's so cool.
Really?
And I just look at them and I'm like,
do they explain why?
They say it's cool that I know sign language, but when I say my mom is deaf, their response is, oh, that's so cool. And I'm like, for real? Like you sure about that? Like, it's cool. Like,
oh, it's cool. Or do they mean, oh, it's cool? Like they think
No.
that you're offended?
No, not like that. They're like, oh, it's so cool.
Oh, it's cool. It's cool, man. Hey, it's cool.
They have light bulbs that are connected to like doorbells and telephones and things like that.
Oh, so they know when someone.
So
comes
it
over.
flashes on and off at different rings. Well, they have, there's one dedicated in each room.
Right.
So when I was a kid, I wasn't a very good child. I would sneak into the room and unscrew the light bulb
No.
and then sneak out of the house.
Amazing. Oh, that's how you would sneak out of the house.
Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
I was gonna say I would want like the whole the floor to vibrate or something. That would be cool.
I was in line at Kroger. A lot of my stories are in line at Kroger with cashiers.
Not self checkout.
No, I do not do self-checkout.
I did self checkout the other day. It was
You
great.
give me a discount on groceries. Oh, man, you did self-checkout.
Yeah, I'm a self checkout guy. It's very situational. There are rules. This is not nom.
Lady was, she was, we were talking about typing with the lady. I don't know why. And I was like, oh, I type incredibly fast because, when I grew up on a TDD.
Right.
So we had to type a lot. And the lady said, oh, that's really cool. And I said, yeah, but we don't use them anymore. We usually use FaceTime.
People say that to you a lot. Oh, that's cool.
No, well, that's cool that you can type so well.
Right.
That to me is, oh yeah, that is cool. That's
Yeah.
a benefit from it.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
And she said, oh, what do you use now? And I said, oh, we just use FaceTime
Right.
because there's no point in doing it.
Yeah.
Right. And the cashier said, oh, they've developed that technology so good that your mom can read lips through FaceTime. And the lady that I was talking to went, or he signs to her. And we both just kind of looked down and didn't talk the rest of the time. It was like, oh. People have asked me how she drives. How does your mom drive?
Mostly like this.
Well, she gets in the car and then she starts it.
See,
And then
this is another.
like
I've already made this joke on here, but it's another Michael Scott joke opportunity. The
Is
guy
it?
comes in the wheelchair and he's trying to like have a conference room meeting with everyone, and it's not worth explaining. But
I have to see it.
everyone who watches The Office knows what I'm talking about.
But no, mom being deaf is pretty funny.
Pretty funny,
Well, the situations are funny, not her being deaf. But
right?
you know.
I'm tracking with you.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not genetic, so we know that. She has 15 brothers and sisters.
15.
Yeah, I'm the 51st of 54 cousins.
Oh,
like grandchildren.
My gosh. 15?
15. 14 girls, 2 boys. First one was a boy, last one was a boy, 14 girls in between. They
Woof.
all make biscuits, and I can tell you who makes which biscuit.
No way.
Yeah, by which one puts what fingers in it, if they under mix it, like all kinds of stuff.
Dude, when you get, like, you're already pretty TikTok famous, which we're all jealous of, especially 8th graders or whatever. But when you're actual famous, you need to do that as like a reality show episode where you guess all of them. And
Well,
then they're like, oh my gosh.
Well, only 7 of them are still alive. So
Oh, that's her brothers and sisters.
yeah, I'm an only
I
child.
heard you say that, and then for some reason I thought like your brothers and sisters afterward. And I
I'm
was
an
like,
only
"Man,
child."
that's a lot." How was that?
Love it. Like, I mean,
What like how would you know any different, right?
that was awesome. I got everything I wanted. What are you talking about? I
Seems
had
great.
a stepbrother. He died. Not like I had a stepbrother and divorce happened.
Right.
Yeah, he passed away. Yeah. That's tragic.
Real serious.
Well, that's also another funny death story.
I think we need to do more
After.
looking at the camera. There we go.
Do we?
Nope.
No, but I didn't think so.
Nope. Not at all. But hey. I'm gonna write my Venmo on the back.
So what were you going to talk about Legos? I think we got like 6 minutes left.
Oh gosh, we do. I was gonna try and explain music theory to you in Lego form because that's one of the videos that I want to do for people to learn like rhythmic theory by a Lego visual.
I think it would be funny for a man who's never played an instrument. That's not true. I played the trumpet in middle school.
I was gonna ask if you knew
The trumpet
Anything.
in middle school.
trumpet.
Trumpet. and I was bad. There were like 6 chairs, and I think I was number 5.
Man, trumpet wouldn't be helpful anyway because it's a B flat instrument, I think. So
I know it's the same as the clarinet.
Clarinet.
They're both the same.
Gosh.
They're the same, whatever that is.
thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, why does alto mean high and soprano is higher than that?
Ugh, it beats me. That's one of those things where I just learned the terms and I was like, I know what they mean. I know the range of notes for the most part, but I can't tell you the why behind the naming system there.
So while you're teaching music, I'm going to like watch.
Okay.
Because I think it would be very funny for me to learn an instrument at this age.
Hold on a second.
What? I'm distracted.
It's just Legos.
Oh, it's Legos.
Yeah, it's Legos, and this is not the most refined version of how I want to teach this, and I'll do it in a very abbreviated manner. But you can see on here, there's like the full. What would you call this kind of brick? A 2x8? Like, would you say 2x8 brick?
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's the 2x4s. There's the 2x2s, the standard, and then just a 1x2 down here. So these would represent different note values. Ashley can help you more with this later.
She failed music classes because she doesn't read music.
Someone can help you with this later. It might be me. So
actually, she got a C, but anyways.
Yeah, sure. That's passing, you know. So the top one here I'll show for the video too. This would be a whole note.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember notes at all? Like,
is that the one with the big circle?
Just big circle, no line to it.
No line, just big circle.
And that represents 4 beats.
Yes, because the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like the note that you play goes for the duration of 4 beats as a continuous like, and you count 1, 2, 3, 4. But you play it on the 1 and it continues for the duration, right?
I got it.
Okay. I don't know how I'm going to explain this so that like small children can understand, but I'm working toward it. Okay.
So wait a minute. Are you using me as your children that you're teaching?
You're my children. You're my children right now.
You're the child I'm teaching because you know. Okay, I got
it. Yeah. Okay, and then the next 2 here, we've got blue and pink. I kind of did like an Easter pastel thing. Yeah.
I thought it was like a boy-girl thing.
Dadgummit. I don't want to be that binary with this anyway. So it's half notes right here.
So does that go for 2?
Those go for 2.
Okay.
So you would count 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah,
okay,
you got it. You got it. Do you know what the next one would be?
I'm guessing
Whole,
1,
half,
quarter
notes, and they have 1 beat each. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then eighth. So 1
half.
And 2 and 3 and 4 and yeah. There you go.
Oh yeah.
There's a bunch of like printouts.
That makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool with Legos because it shows, like, I'm getting way too excited about this right now. I don't know if you can see it in my face, but you can also see that they're all the same duration, but just different divisions of
and then the
same
colors,
amount of space. Yeah.
The colors work.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like gray right here because we're repeating gray. I need a purple if I want to keep the Easter thing. So
how does gray work into the Easter?
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. I need a purple.
Yeah. I do that non-joking really makes sense.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, like that makes sense to me. Yeah. I could figure that out.
Nice.
Who knows nothing like seriously, I don't know how to read music.
Yeah.
I know which one's a treble clef?
That one, it's written on the...
Is it that one?
It's written on the board over there. It kind of looks like a cursive S. Oh, it's
that one up there, right?
Yeah.
And is the flag one, is that the 8th?
8th note.
And then the other one is where the notes are connected. You don't actually stop the note between one and the other. Is that what that is?
Sort of, yes. Those are 16th notes. So those would be a further division of an 8th.
So it'd be a 1x1.
1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So there's 16 in the space of, these. Yeah.
That makes sense.
There you go. We did it. Legos.
We did it.
There's some Instagram of someone drawing a scary Dora the Explorer.
Dora freaks me out because she looks at the camera and then expects you to answer.
For like way too long. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that works well for kids, but as an adult, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
geez.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about death stories next week.
Yeah, let's just kick it off with dev stories.
Oh, I have so many.
Man, we did really good. We talked about all this stuff. Maybe we should have a slight agenda for all of them. I'll go ahead and start it. Dev
You
stories.
send agenda.
I'll send agenda.
Yeah. I'm
an
just
agenda
rambled.
guy.
I really did just ramble. I know. I talked about driving by Food City this morning.
That's relatable, though.
Yeah.
That's the content.
Stay safe.
Gary V would be proud of us. Relatable content. He would be.
He has an office in Chattanooga.
Does he really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I almost spent a lot of money to sit and talk to him for an hour. And then I was like, I can get it for free on the internet.
Sure. It's going to be all the same information.
Yeah.
It's just regurgitated every day.
I just needed it for the gram.
Blech. Oh, that's true. Some cred. Do it for the TikTok.
Gram.
Hey, I will say one last thing as far as like social media. I downloaded TikTok, which you know.
Yeah.
I was Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for so long. Now I'm TikTok, Pinterest. I'm upping my game in a big way. Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, what else? Snapchat.
LinkedIn.
I don't like Snapchat. LinkedIn. I was already on for about 20 years, and now I'm starting
It's starting
make
to
some
rev
connection.
back up.
It is, yeah. Posting regularly. Quora. Do you know Quora? That's where you can ask a question, people respond to it. Yeah. So I posted the question, what do you want to know about teaching music lessons? Or what do you need to know about teaching music lessons? Thinking that people were going to respond. And I posted a link to my website too. I was thinking people would respond and say like, oh, I want to know this because I'm looking to get started. Someone posted on there, you don't need to know anything unless you're getting ready to teach music lessons. It's the most idiotic response I've ever heard. So thank you, internet. Anything is possible. Be an entrepreneur. Coronavirus.
Listen, there's like that one viral video that has 6.1 million views on it. I think it has it's got like somewhere around 20 or 30,000 comments on it, right?
Jeez. Do you ever look at them?
I know.
Do you
but
think
I
they're
need
hateful?
to. I want to.
We should read through them next time.
Like, what? Well, I have to print them out
If
because
they're
there's my
good.
camera.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I do have another phone though.
Yeah. You got a burner for some reason. I don't need to know about it. Okay.
It's the work phone.
Right.
Yeah.
Burner.
I used to have 3 phones.
One of those was a burner then.
No, it wasn't, honey. No, it wasn't. By the way, my wife has not listened to a single episode.
Good for her.
I'm like, so great.
My wife will never listen.
Does she not?
No, she won't.
No.
She won't sit down and like.
I told her it valued what I did. And then she said, you don't even care, Paul.
Right.
No.
If I really wanted her to listen to a clip of it, she would. Otherwise, she'd be like, this is long. This is really long.
This is long. What's
and
the
it's
point
just
of
you,
this?
She'd be like, it's just you talking, which I get anyway. So, all right. I guess we should sign off.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Another clap.